Hey guys, welcome back to Clownfish TV. This is Kneon. I am here with Geeky Sparkles.
Hello.
And we're going to do another Snow White video because we know how much you guys love punching Snow White in the face. It's like, I think it's not really like, I know a lot of people don't like Rachel Zegler and they don't like the movie and they don't like the door, whatever. But I think a lot of it is the reason people are so salty about this movie and they're so against this movie is it's everything that's wrong with modern Disney all in one place.
I think so. I think it's very indicative of everything people complain about.
So we're going to talk about how this movie is not even going to hit $100 million in the US. And meanwhile, Minecraft is looking at making at least another $65 million this weekend.
I wouldn't be surprised if it goes higher, personally, but you know.
We had a lot of people in the comments of the previous Minecraft videos talking about how, like, at school, whatever, like that's all everybody's talking about is the Minecraft movie.
Well, I'm waiting for all the fashion line with the pink jacket, the shirt, the Steve shirt, all that coming out.
we need like an orange version of that. Then we'll throw a clownfish on the back and say, hey, it's Steve. Clownfish is Steve.
Oh, Bubbly Steve. Yeah, there you go.
Bubbly Steve. Yeah, it's our clownfish. People they forget that. Yeah, Bubbly Steve. He's our little clownfish. We'll sell some orange jackets. We'll cash in. We'll cash in on the craze. So let's talk about Snow White because Minecraft
Must we? No,
yeah.
sorry.
Then we're going to talk about its dismal box office, much worse, I think, than anybody could have predicted. And we're going to get into the numbers here. It's pretty shocking. There are actually other versions of Snow White that were like not Disney versions that have made significantly more money than this one. And these are movies people forgot existed.
I don't even think it's done as well as the Marvels at this point yet. I think it's what is it at total? Like 150 some, if that, million to globally. What is it?
Globally 169.
Okay, so I think the Marvels was pulled from theaters when it was about 206 million, and I don't know if that wasn't just US. I think that was global.
Yeah,
so
but still.
we're talking, and I think it made it 4 weeks. So this is the fourth week for Snow White or third week?
I guess the fourth.
Yeah, so I'm surprised it hasn't been pulled yet, honestly. It's an embarrassment.
It'll be on digital soon, I'm sure, if you want to.
Well, that's why I'm surprised they aren't pulling it to try to cash in on digital or Blu-ray at some, to make some money.
There's no cash to be made.
I know,
what are you going to cash in on? Like the most reviled Disney remake ever? I mean, what are you going to cash in on?
In 20 years, people might be like, oh my God, we got to go watch Snow White because it was such a train wreck. I don't know. Like, we got to watch those dwarves because they look like shit.
People, or it'll be hailed as a masterpiece. Like people in 2025 don't know how good they had it. When the beloved classic Snow White remake starring multiple Academy Award winning legendary actress Rachel Zegler was first released, everybody hated it so much.
Well, come on. You're full of crap when you said multiple Academy Award winning.
Well, we'll see. We'll see what happens. Let's talk about this. Before we get into it any further, please subscribe for more pop culture news, views, and rants. You will get a woohoo if you do.
Woohoo!
And hang tight, guys. We have a sponsor for this video. Thank you very much for that. We'll be right back. Let's talk about the insane health benefits of NAD, the tiny molecule your body needs to survive. It fuels over 100 critical processes, supports brain function, keeps your metabolism firing, and activates your body's natural repair systems. Without it, your cells literally start to shut down. Now, rather than me try to explain it, I'm going to let Harvard scientist Dr. David Sinclair explain it. And then I'll tell you some of the other effects that he doesn't mention in this short clip.
NAD is a really small molecule, a little chemical in the body that we need for life. It's used by the body for chemical reactions, 400 different reactions in the body, and without it, you're dead within seconds. You need NAD. The problem that we've seen is that NAD levels decline as you become obese, as you get older, if you don't ever get hungry. And the body not only doesn't make enough of it, it's chewing it up as well. There's an enzyme called CD38 that Eric Godin over at UCSF chews up, he's now at the Buck Institute in California, chews up NAD as you get older. So it's a double whammy. You don't make as much, you chew it up, which is really bad because what we've shown in my lab and so have others is that NAD levels are really important for keeping those sirtuin defenses at a youthful level. And you can give a lot of resveratrol, but if you don't have the fuel, you're basically accelerating a car that doesn't have enough gas. So you want to do both. And that's what I do. I take a precursor to NAD called NMN, and the body uses that to make the NAD molecule in one step. And so I know from measuring dozens of human beings that if you take NMN for the time period that I do, I've been taking it for years, but if you take it for about 2 weeks, you'll on average, double your NAD levels.
Now, what Dr. Sinclair didn't mention in that clip is just how far-reaching the benefits of boosting NAD really are. We're talking improved energy, better endurance, sharper focus, and noticeable anti-aging effects on the outside and the inside. Some people see differences in their skin, their recovery time, and how they feel from day to day. So NMN is the most effective NAD booster in the market. So effective, in fact, that they want to turn it into the first prescription anti-aging drug. The thing has been dubbed the limitless pill and can take 10 to 20 years off of you. It's like the fountain of youth in a bottle. But the FDA is trying to keep it away from us. Why? Maybe a healthy, strong population is harder to control. Who knows? The FDA is attempting to change the status of NMN supplements to be classified as a drug, which would allow pharmaceutical companies to control it. This move is not based on the efficacy or safety of NMN, but is aimed at cornering the market and taking the supplement away from you and having you pay $20,000 to $30,000 in prescriptions that you can't pay without insurance. Black Forest supplements are fighters. They stand up for what they believe is right. I asked them if they could offer a special deal for tonight. They agreed to an amazing buy two, get one free 48-hour deal. This stuff isn't cheap, so it's a great opportunity for you to stock up. So I'd like our followers to have a chance to get their hands on NMN before any potential restrictions come into play. Black Forest Supplements is ready for the fight. They want to ensure that people have access to NMN, but who knows? There might come a day when agents are at Black Forest's door trying to stop them from selling this supplement. Check out the link and grab some for yourself. blackforestsupplements.com/clownfish. That's blackforestsupplements.com/clownfish. Thank you so much for the support. Thank you to our sponsor. Let's get back into the video. So let's talk about the numbers. This actually surprised me. This surprised me quite a bit. This is coming from Screen Rant. They said that Snow White and the Huntsman, remember that?
I do actually.
It made significantly more money than Disney's Snow White remake. It made $396 million in 2012.
I would say that's not adjusted for inflation, so it's a lot more.
Yeah, it's so weird because I forgot that movie existed.
I knew it. I didn't forget it existed, but it's not something I think about. I never watched it, but I know what it is.
I mean, I knew of it. Yeah, I've never seen it, but I remember when it came out, people were like, it's okay. Whatever. It's not the Disney one. It's all right. But yeah, it made $396 million. And meanwhile, Snow White, according to Box Office Mojo, domestic is at $78 million.
Dang. It hasn't even hit 100 million worldwide. Like,
no,
it is not crossing over those milestones at all.
That's just crazy.
I'm not surprised. It's like you said, it's everything. I think people are looking at this as everything wrong with Disney current year. You got a live action film when people don't want the live action films anymore. They're tired of it. They're over it. I think Lilo and Stitch will do well, but I think that one lends itself a little bit more to this. You have, the Rachel Zegler fiasco, the dwarf fiasco, the way the CG dwarfs look, which is another fiasco, et cetera, et cetera. And it's just one giant cluster, and it represents everything that Disney is. They don't listen to what the fans want. They're just going to do what they're going to do.
It's all your fault, Clownfish TV. You're bullying Rachel Zegler. It's all your fault.
I'll do it to her face. Anyway.
Well, Disney tried to. Disney tried to get her in line. She just wouldn't.
Actually, I just think she needs to shut her mouth.
Yeah. I think she's going to lay low on Broadway for a while until she pisses somebody off over there. But
I just can't. I can't wrap my head around why she thought saying what she was saying was okay and doing what she was doing was okay. Like, I don't know. I can't even understand it.
Too much too soon, I think. So yeah, I forgot about this. Yeah. Charlize Theron was Evil Queen.
Yes.
Chris Hemsworth was the Huntsman. And apparently they had a sequel. I didn't even know they had a sequel.
I didn't know they had a sequel either.
But
yeah, it was Kristen Stewart, right?
Yeah, and that was during the peak of like Twilight and stuff, right? So
I don't know. I don't remember. I never watched Twilight either. I think I saw parts of it here and there. It wasn't my thing.
Twilight's dumb. She was okay. So to bring it full circle, she was in the Zegler was in the Twilight prequel. No, wait, no, I'm sorry. It was Hunger Games.
Yeah.
I
was very confused.
Whatever. I don't care about either one.
But there could have been, and I wouldn't have known anything about it because that's how much of a shit I gave about it.
So I'm like, they should mash them up. They should have like the vampire Hunger Games, and they should just be vampires just chasing starving people around.
Well, would end as soon as the sun came out.
Yeah, but it'd be fun while it lasted. That'd be kind of funny.
No, that's just dumb.
Feeding frenzy. Somebody needs to make that into a movie. It's just like, yeah, we're just gonna have vampires just chase people around.
But it will still be better than Snow White.
Feed the poor people. Yeah, it'll still be better. Just feed the poor people to the vampires to keep them from. That's actually a good premise for a movie. Yeah,
I'm sure they kind of done
the
that
rich
before.
people feed the poor people to the vampires to keep themselves, rich.
I'm sure it's been done. But anyway, can we get back to the point?
Yeah. What is the
Snow
point?
White's screwed.
Snow White, yeah, Snow White can't get it up. Snow White, so she's not that screwed. So yeah, apparently you adjusted for inflation and it made like way less money than the original Snow White. The Disney Snow White.
I'm sure it probably did.
They're talking, it was like, if you figured out the original Snow White and Seven Dwarfs, box office total is actually closer to $418 million. And that was in, I don't know if that's adjusted for inflation or not, but they re-released it so many times and there were fewer people back then. So you gotta remember that. And yeah, it was a massive hit, right? I mean, it's just like, I don't know how to, like, what are you supposed to say at this point when you get to people that are like, it's doing fine, guys. It's okay. It really didn't have to make that much money.
Is anybody even saying that at this point in time, though? Because
they were for the first couple of days,
and then then it just was very obvious that they were full of crap. And it's more about how bad is this going to do? It's like it's taking bets more on is it going to cross any thresholds, or is it just going to be pulled from theaters? I would take a bet on when they're going to yank it. I can't.
When are you going to yank Snow White?
I'm surprised they haven't yanked it yet. I'm not going to lie. If they do, we can give it a couple more weeks and then pull it. I know. Come on, just be good.
Yank it, pull it, bop it,
slap it,
spank it. Those are the new dwarfs. Spanky, slappy, boppy, and tug. Anyway, and followed by Drippy. That's Dopey's twin brother. We just never mentioned him before.
Stop.
Drippy dwarf.
Is he gonna talk by the end of the movie too? I'm sorry.
No. Anyway, so yeah, this is a train wreck, guys. I don't know what else to. I mean, seriously, like I don't even know what this. Like this is so much worse than people thought it was going to be. I think people thought would at least hit 100 million domestic. Like, it's a Disney princess movie. Even if it's the worst thing ever, it'll still hit 100 million. It's like people are like, nope.
I mean, I don't even think it's the worst of the live action stuff either. But just people are over it. People don't want live action remakes. They're tired of the princess movie. They're tired of Disney just phoning it in and being cheap. They're tired of. I think they're tired of Rachel Zegler's behavior. I think that's part of it. Like, I don't think it was solely her. I think they're tired of Disney's arrogance, and they're just going to shit anything out, and you're supposed to just love it and say it's the best thing ever. And their budget was way too high for what it was.
Yeah, and that's the thing too. It's like, and I love the pea brains that are like, well, if the movie cost $150 million to make, it makes $151 million at the box office. They made $1. It's profitable. They're gonna greenlight a sequel. You haters.
It's like no, that's not how this works. That's not how any of this works.
People. God.
So anyway, there it is. I mean, at this point in time, like, I just wonder how soon they yank it. So I'm like guessing within the next couple of weeks.
Yeah, the only movies I can think. Well, the Marvels. The Marvels got yanked out of theaters. That was $206 million.
Yes, it got yanked out after 4 weeks, but it did a lot more. So are they trying to wait till it hits 100 million so they can be like, look, it made 100 million, domestically or globally or one of those milestones, and then pull it out?
We're not gonna see. They're going to pull it out and then they're going to yank it. No, we're not going to see the tweets on the Disney social media. It's like, it's the biggest movie in the world, guys. This is a huge success. This is big. Let's be mad.
I want to know how much money they spent on advertising, because I was constantly getting bombarded with sponsored posts about their trailers and stuff. And it was like every day, it was like 5 different new posts where they'd have like, something, it's the #1 movie and whatever. And, and then they'd have the video underneath, and they kept doing it over and over. They spent a shit ton of money on advertising.
Oh yeah. I mean, that one definitely, they spent a lot. I think they spent more money on Snow White than they spent on Minecraft. Minecraft, they're just like, hey, Minecraft movie's out.
Well, they didn't have to. I mean, they did some promotion, but they didn't have to.
It's Minecraft.
It's Minecraft.
So basically what Bob Iger thought he was going to do with the Star Wars land, with Galaxy's Edge, where, hey guys, Star Wars is open. Come on in. Nobody
They'll
came
come in because Star Wars is slapped on it. They're arrogant and they're predictable, and people are tired of it.
So yeah, I would laugh if Minecraft actually made more money than, well, I mean, they're talking second week it's gonna make more than Snow White made in opening, and I'm sure this movie cost a lot less than.
I'm
Snow
really
White.
curious to see what it does the second weekend, because I wouldn't be surprised if it goes higher than that.
It would be interesting. Yeah, like I said, a lot of people were saying that this one lends itself, especially if you go with a bunch of other kids your age, you know, dang kids, you go with kids your age, it lends itself to repeat viewings. And that's something that, you know, Disney used to have with the Marvel movies and, you know, I'd say Star Wars, but it's been pretty much dead on arrival. But Marvel, they used to have that, repeat viewings. Now nobody cares.
Yeah, speaking of no one cares, let's just wrap this up.
Nobody cares about Snow White, and it'll be the biggest video we put up today.
I don't know if it will be. I think people are over it.
I don't know. I'm tired of talking about it. I'm just like, just freaking die already. Just drop dead. We're over it. I'm going to wrap it up. Please subscribe. We'll talk later.
Bye.